Hi, this is Deepika Sticco, aka D Sticco, bringing to you my 36th podcast on mindfulness. And today's subject is going to be on self, what and how self is, and how we embrace self when we arrive on earth as a human, and how we strip it all when we leave and return as a soul once again to the universe from earth. So let's dig in. So I would say this would be 303 in terms of mindfulness meditation courses. I do apologize for the noise that's going on in the background and on above us. I think they are repairing just little cracks here and there that we've had due to recent earthquakes, more earthquakes that we experience than in a lifetime. So let's dig in. I want to refresh the level of meditation practice. So initial level is establishing mindfulness through breath meditation, which is focused on inhale and exhale of your breath at the tip of your nose. This would be the fastest way to establish mindfulness. The second level of practice is getting into vipassana, which is the insight meditation. That is when you have increased self-awareness, you're going to capture every thought or phenomenon that gets registered in your mind, and you are going to let go. So there are three kinds of thoughts that appear in our mind, and that is wholesome, which everyone knows what wholesome thoughts are. Just being generous, giving, kindness, considerate, non-jealousy. Those are wholesome thoughts. And number two is just the opposite of what I just mentioned. And number three is neutral thoughts. If you feel the sky is bluer today, that's a neutral thought. You don't have to just do anything about it. You just watch and you will see that shall to pass in your mind. So getting back to self, today's concept for discussion is the highest form of acute consciousness, knowing how to separate self from just any phenomenon that registers in your mind. So what is self? So we come to earth as a soul. We are predestined to, we are assigned already who our parents are. And or we just belong to, if nobody wants to believe that, if we just belong to a set of parents and we are given a name and we start embracing conventionality that's conducted on earth. And we conduct business and start filling our cup to the brim as we get older, and with overflowing with resume content and glorification of yourself. You achieve the highest possible goals for yourselves. But nobody gives any thought or contemplation to life's existence except for a few. And there are, of course, I must say, also many sages who delve into these subjects. So self is made of 5 physical aggregates. One is form. Number 2 is feelings, as we have 5 senses. Eye for seeing, ear for hearing, nose for smelling, mouth is for tasting, and feelings out of our senses. So that is the second feeling, perception. When you feel, you perceive a form. And number four is that is the mental formation in your mental registry. Number five is consciousness. So when you develop consciousness, you are beginning to see self separate from the phenomenon that gets registered in your mental sepia. So 30 years ago, this subject was dull for me. I wasn't able to grasp at all. It is a-okay, but with practice now, I am beginning to experience that in my acute consciousness. Why do we practice mindfulness? We practice mindfulness to increase our self-awareness. With increasing self-awareness, what do we gain? We gain less anger, like just listening to Richard Gere the other day. He was also saying he gets less angry, which is true, and less reactive. He doesn't spin out spontaneously like he used to, he was saying, which is absolutely true, and that is also applied to myself. Not that it doesn't happen once in a while. When it's extreme, it does happen, but a lot of times I have managed to stay non-reactive and calm presence. So these are the benefits of mindfulness meditation. So talking of this higher level of consciousness, now you are beginning to recognize the registry of that phenomenon without clinging and without getting attached to it. And also you are able to clean any stains at that level and keep purifying your mentality in return self, and having a cleaner record to return when we leave the earth. So it increases benefits while on earth by living harmoniously, living with empathy, living with kindness, and better for yourself. It's going to be better mental health. I know there are other gurus who said let them. I know Mel Robinson was talking about it, but those are disciplinary actions, disciplined way of thinking. Let them. But it may not last because you're not mindful. So it's a great way to practice, and she was right. Let them, because it doesn't affect your separating that registration in your mind, and leave it out. Don't take it in. So this is all for now. If you want to follow me on this type of content and bring peace to your mind, follow me on these Sticco teachers. Everyone to unload unwanted thoughts. I do have a book on Amazon. Mindfulness is the key to inner happiness and peace. And that is for beginners. I talk of its struggles 30 years ago and benefits. And recently Deepak was talking about the same concept of self and 5 physical aggregates which make self. At that point is when it hit me. I had an aha moment. It was not too long ago. When I was given this lecture, or not that it was forced on me, it was introduced, but I couldn't grasp it. Now, with practice, I do, and I'm thankful. Thank you for listening to me. This is Deepak.